And now for our baked speckled trout dish. Of course, this is a wonderful dish which I have learned to prepare. And we have some boiling water in our pot here, which I'm going to add my roux to. Of course, you've got to add cold roux to boiling water. If you have a hot roux, you add cold water. So that's rule of thumb. You've got your roux, and this is the only way to do it, because if you don't do it that way, your roux will float. And naturally, you don't want that to happen to you. So I'm going to mix all my roux in here, because this will be part of your gravy. Okay. And you dissolve it real well in your boiling water. Okay, very good. This I'm using today is going to be the speckled trout. And of course, we caught this on our fishing trip that we went on too. It was real, real fun. Okay, now I've got my roux all dissolved, which you can make it fresh. You use 1 cup of oil and 1 cup of flour. But for time element, I wanted to kind of do it faster today. Then I'm going to add some onions to this. Okay, you have your chopped onions. Okay, and your bell pepper. Okay, chopped bell pepper. Cajuns don't have chunky chopped vegetables. We just kind of, well, they're chopped, but they're not fine, but they're not chunky. So in between. And this is going to be our garlic. So I'm going to add the garlic to it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to saute this real well together. Oh, yes. Smells good already. Wish we could have smell-o-vision, but that's not possible yet. I think I'm going to invent that. You know, Cajuns use a lot of roux gravies in their cooking. Mama always had some real good roux in the refrigerator. You can make it and keep it for weeks in your refrigerator, so it'll really hold on real good, and you got it always ready. Of course, I like to make mine fresh too. Okay, you saute this. All right, let me raise my fire a little bit. Okay, this will work real good. Yes, this gravy will be delicious, and of course you serve it over rice. Now, and to that, after it's hot and sauteed, it takes about 10 minutes to saute this, and I'm going to cut my steps short because you know time element. I'm going to add some chopped up tomatoes. Okay, and let me lower this a little bit. Some tomato soup. I like to use the tomato soup because actually it has a smoother taste. My mama never used tomato soup. She always used the sauce or the paste, but I like the soup because it's real smooth. Okay, this is going to be a tomato gravy. Yes. Makes it smell even better. Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, that's beautiful. See that, how all your flavors are all mixed together, and it just, that fish just added to that, it just is just wonderful. So then, what I'm going to do to this gravy, I'm going to add my salt and pepper to the gravy, because you don't want to season it after you add your fish. Okay, and you know, Cajuns just throw everything in the pot and we cook by feel. So then I'm going to use my pepper sauce. Add that a bit. Of course, I use some Rotel tomatoes in here, so you don't want to add too much hot sauce or pepper. But I use the mild kind, so it's not too prominent. There's a lot of misconceptions about Cajun food being very hot, which fiery hot is okay, but not pepper hot. Okay, now, next I'm going to add my fish to this. And this is our gorgeous fish that we caught the other day, and it's the trout. However, because this gravy can be made with any fish at all, I like to use the catfish even. You just go ahead and you add your fish, whatever it is. to your gravy, and you cover it real nice like this. Okay. Now, before you add it to your oven, put it in your oven, this is the best ingredient that you could use. Okay. You gauge it according to your taste. Let's see, my taste, I love this stuff, so let's just go ahead and cut it real good, because gravy was kind of thick anyway, you know. We can always justify anything. Oops. Very good. You add your wine to this, and it will absorb all those flavors. Very good. Okay. Now, okay. Right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this to the oven, and we're going to bake this. So, alrighty. Lord, that smells so good. Now, we'll bake it for about 45 minutes. All right, and now we've got our fish in the oven, and while it's cooking, we will go to our next dish.